Yeah, I know Amiibo never truly died. We got no Amiibo and Sora last year, which I've unboxed on the channel, as well as some new Splatoon 3 Amiibo figures, but a lot of people were suspecting that things were slowing down, and Nintendo might have been phasing out Amiibo support for the Switch 2. But that all changed with the April Direct, when we got a huge blowout of new Amiibo announcements. But before we get started, I wanted to mention that I have a goal to hit 30,000 subscribers before the Nintendo Switch 2 launches. So if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and if I hit that goal, I will give away a copy of Mario Kart World. But before the announcement of these new Amiibo figures, I was not really doubting that the Switch 2 wouldn't at least have like Amiibo support or an NFC reader built in to at least maximize the backwards compatibility of Switch 1 games if you want to use your existing Amiibo figures on the Switch 2, because Nintendo released so many of them. And then there was the patent as well, which was actually revealed after I've kind of had that sentiment. But I still think, like, a lot of people were still not really thinking that we're going to do much with that. I think a lot of people were kind of thinking that was, just like I said, was mostly for backwards compatibility. But in the April Direct, it was revealed that we are getting Street Fighter 6 Amiibo. That alone is kind of crazy to think about. Like, even if it was just Amiibo support. But the fact that a current gen game that didn't originally release on a Nintendo console is getting Amiibo figures, and not just Amiibo figures, but Amiibo cards, 22 Amiibo cards, is just insane. And it almost kind of sold me on this game at this point. Like, I kind of want to get this game now, just because it has the Amiibo support. I've been kind of thinking about playing this game too, because it looks pretty fun. But just the Amiibo support just kind of got me interested in this. Because I just think it's crazy that in 2025, we're getting a third-party game that has, like, full Amiibo. This has more Amiibo support and, like, Amiibo-related things releasing for it than, like, most Switch games over the past few years. Which is crazy. And, like, this is going to be a launch title for the Switch 2, and they're going all out with this. I just think that's incredible. I just think it's crazy that they're doing this. I was caught off guard when they showed this in the Direct. I have one problem with it. The Amiibo figures are more expensive. I think they're like $30 now, which is kind of crazy. I think that's definitely too expensive for Amiibo figures. It seems like they have been going up recently, not counting the Smash Ultimate Amiibo figures. The Noah and Mio double pack was like $40, I believe, which is definitely a higher price per Amiibo than usual. So it does seem like they are increasing the price again, which is pretty unfortunate. But I still am glad that they are keeping the Amiibo idea around regardless, because I do love to collect Amiibo figures. And the thing is, Street Fighter 6, that's really cool. But that's not all. That's not all. They didn't announce this in the Direct, but we are getting another wave of Zelda Amiibo figures. And this time, they're actually for Tears of the Kingdom. I know we did get, like, the Zelda and Ganondorf ones a while ago, but we're getting, like, a bunch of other characters, like Tulin, Yunobo, Sidon, and Riju, which is really cool. It's just really nice to get the Tears of the Kingdom companions as Amiibo figures, and technically some of these characters had some pretty big roles in Breath of the Wild as well. But on top of that, there was one that was just announced that we didn't even get to see, like, any renders of, or any, like, full announcement of it. But we're getting a Minoru's Construct Amiibo, which is really cool as well. That's another really cool thing from Tears of the Kingdom. So that's pretty cool that we're getting that. Where were these Amiibo figures back when Tears of the Kingdom launched? Like, I know we did get the other ones, like, back in 2023, but still, it would have been nice to get these back when Tears of the Kingdom released. I have a feeling that these are going to have some kind of functionality in the Age of Imprisonment as well. Like, I mean, even if some of these characters don't show up, I still feel like they're gonna do something in the game, or do something, like, fairly significant. So I think that's probably why they are releasing these now. And of course, I forgot to mention the Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, that's the main reason they're doing these, is, the first, or I guess, the next wave of these is releasing on June 5th, on the Switch 2's release date. But it also kind of makes sense, because it is within fairly close proximity, like a few months of Age of Imprisonment. So it does kind of make sense as well, since that game is kind of based on Tears of the Kingdom. So it's just really nice to see that we're getting, like, a bunch of new Amiibo figures here. I really hope they keep this up. Like, cause, like, 8 new Amiibo figures this year, as well as 22 Amiibo cards, is, like, more than we've gotten in quite a while. And I really hope they just keep this up and keep doing it over the next few years here. One thing that I'm a little disappointed about is the fact that we're not getting Amiibo figures for games like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, Donkey Kong Bonanza would have been amazing. Just imagine, like, DK's new design, like, smashing into the ground, like, the box art, and that's, like, the Amiibo figure for that game. As well as, like, a couple of the other characters. Maybe, like, Oddrock and, like, the young Pauline-esque character. That might be a bit... I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a spoiler or not, but if it's not, that would be a cool one to have as, like, an Amiibo figure. So that is definitely a huge missed opportunity that Bonanza is seemingly not getting Amiibo figures. I really hope that's like, there's still a very slim chance that that could happen, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. I know, like, in this Direct, it might have been hard to show because they were just revealing the game here, but I guess there's still a small chance of it happening. Especially since this game is heavily reminiscent of Mario Odyssey, and Mario Odyssey did have its own line of Amiibo figures. So maybe I could have a little bit of copium for Donkey Kong Bonanza Amiibo figures. But I was also thinking, another game that would be amazing if it got Amiibo figures with it is Kirby Air Riders. Honestly, the more I think about it, this one actually kind of seems a little likely that this will get Amiibo support. Considering that the past 2 Sakurai directed games are heavily supported with Amiibo. I mean, Smash 4 introduced Amiibo figures. So, I think Kirby Air Riders, like, out of any new game on the Switch 2, probably has the best chance of getting, like, Amiibo figures with it. So I'm definitely pretty hopeful with that. And then also, like, just even looking before, like, Amiibo figures with Sakurai's games, like, in Kid Icarus Uprising, that had the AR cards. That's another kind of little gimmicky collectible thing that was incorporated into the game. So I think it actually kind of is likely that Air Riders will get Amiibo figures. Just imagine how amazing it would be. Imagine if Air Riders actually has, like, a really interesting roster with, like, a bunch of Kirby characters. Like, of course, like, DDD, Meta Knight, but then on top of that, we have, like, Bandana D, Magalore, Susie, Elflin, Adeline and Ribbon, Roach, like, so many interesting characters like that, but then they also get Amiibo figures along with there's, like, a huge big line of Amiibo figures along with the game like Smash. That would be incredible. I mean, realistically, they're probably only gonna do a few, like, probably, like, 5-ish Amiibo figures, I would say, maybe, like, the main characters, because this isn't, like, a huge game like Smash, but I still think Amiibo support and Amiibo figures for Air Riders is kind of likely. So, yeah, I'm just really hoping Nintendo keeps it up with new Amiibo figures and Amiibo support for the Switch 2, because I love collecting Amiibo figures. I have been collecting Amiibo figures for 10 years now. It's just kind of crazy to think about, and it's just really nice to see that we're getting new ones. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Blue Sky if you want to. Stay perky!